Mr. Putin is interested in trying to destabilize Ukraine to make sure it is not a success. He wants to make sure Ukraine is not an alternative model to the authoritarian kleptocratic system he's established in Russia, and he'll do whatever is necessary to try to destabilize the country, including trying to undermine Ukraine's election and the whole electoral process, and raise questions about the legitimacy and credibility of the upcoming election. Over the past 5 years, if we start from the Russian invasion of Ukraine, beginning with Crimea and then into Donbass, it's been kinetic, it's been cyber, it's been information, disinformation, it's been across the board. And it is ongoing. So the situation in the east, of course, is a hot situation. And I think we can expect that the Russians will engage in both subtle and sophisticated methods with the upcoming election through disinformation, but also overt efforts where they will ensure everything is undermined in Ukraine, and that people have doubts about the legitimacy of the election and questions about the candidates themselves. For Ukraine, it's an incredibly important election. It's an opportunity for either a re-election of the current president or a transfer of power peacefully through the ballot box. And it would be a demonstration that Ukraine, once again, is capable of having a democratic system in place that allows the citizens to choose their own leaders. And for Russia, that is a threat. Russia stages its elections. The outcome is predetermined. In Ukraine, we don't know who's going to win, and that's to Ukraine's benefit. Ukraine is on the front line of freedom. It's in the center of conflict between East and West. It's where Ukraine is fighting for its place in Europe. It belongs in Europe, and Russia wants to do everything it can to try to block that and drag it back into Russia's own sphere of influence. Ukraine's a country of over 40 million people, incredibly important. It has demonstrated it can stand up to Russian aggression and Russian efforts to cause problems in the West. And so Ukraine is really a testing ground for what we have seen Russia try in other parts of the world, including here in this country in the United States.